Hello, my name is Asya. I'm a guide for JC Travel Ukraine, and today I want to take you around the main sites of city center to introduce what you can see in Kiev in one day. So give me a hand and I'll walk you through the centuries of Ukrainian history, centuries of love, fear, tears, struggle, courage, and dignity. So where do we start our tour around Kiev? Of course, at the Golden Gate, the main ceremonial entrance to Kiev city. Even the locals used to say that sun was coming to Kiev through this heavenly gate. Built at the beginning of 11th century as a main entrance, Golden Gate was also a fortification, and I'm proud to say none of the enemies ever conquered it. As you may know, Ukrainians are very religious, so they tend to believe that not only the soldiers, but a tiny church built on the very top of the gates protected them and the city. Name of it, Annunciation Church, comes from the Bible story when Angel Gabriel came to Mother Mary to announce that she'll give birth to the Savior. But where does the name Golden Gates come from? There are a couple of versions and legends about it. One of it tells us that we borrowed the name from Constantinople, modern Istanbul. Another one says we got it from Jerusalem. One of the legends says you have to pay some golden coins to enter the city. But to be honest, that would be a really expensive visit, so I don't believe that one. After you came through and found yourself inside the city, you would see the road which led from the Golden Gate straight to Sofia Cathedral. Luckily, the road still exists and it still brings you to Sofia Cathedral, which is the only building remaining in Kiev for 1,000 years, and I can't wait to show it to you. Sofia Cathedral is a whole universe of encrypted messages from our ancestors which survived all the way from 11th century till the present day. Construction of the cathedral was like a statement. From now on, Christianity will remain as the main religion on these lands. Nevertheless, it was built not only as the head temple of the country called Kiev Rus, but as the very heart of it, which is still alive. Luckily, despite of the centuries of the dark times, wars and invasions, 70 years of atheism, about half of the frescoes and mosaics remained. And today, they're telling us the stories of bygone years. To be honest, this is my favorite place in Kiev. Place of spirit and power, beauty and silence, place where you can actually touch the eternity. Every European capital has a special place which combines architecture, art, history, and reflects the spirit of the city and its culture. Kiev is no exception, so I welcome you on St. Andrew's Descent, the one and only unique street with its own way of life inside the modern metropolis. It surprises guests every time in a different way, with unusual street art, melodies of street musicians, theatrical performances, colorful paintings made by the local artists, Ukrainian embroidery, and many other things. I'd say St. Andrew's Descent is just different from any street in the world. More stories about it you can find in our previous episode. Have you ever thought that the world around us is just an illusion, and the things you see are not the ones they seem to be? I'd love to say what you see behind me is St. Michael's Golden Domed Cathedral, built here in the 12th century. But it wouldn't be true, because what you see is a reconstruction and is only 20 years old. Hard to believe, isn't it? Well, the real cathedral existed here for about 800 years. However, in 1930s, just after Kyiv became a capital of Ukrainian Soviet Republic, communists demolished it. For 70 years, this sacred place remained empty. But I suppose it's in our blood not to give up, and together with independent Ukraine, St. Michael's Cathedral rose from the ashes, just like a phoenix bird. Now it's active. Services take place here every day, and we do believe that Angel St. Michael, who is the saint of our city, is watching and protecting us today. After a 5-minute walk down the street, I brought you to Maidan Nezalezhnosti, Square of Independence. I think you might recognize the place. After all, in winter of 2014, it was in the news all over the world. Actually, here in Ukraine, each and every city have such Maidans. It's an old tradition to have a place where a whole community can get together to discuss and solve the problems, make an important decision, to greet their soldiers, to celebrate. Thus, I'm standing here on the fateful square where even now, in 21st century, we decide on destiny of Ukraine all together. The tall monument with the Ukrainian lady on the top is dedicated to our independence from Soviet Union. Nearby, you can see the founders of Kyiv, 3 brothers, Kyi, Shchek, Koryv, and their sister Libid. A bit further, beautiful white building of the National Conservatorium, and just across the street, impressive architecture of the main post office. Yes, they all are waiting for you. Square of Independence is located in the middle of main Khreshchatyk Street. Actually, it became one only in the middle of 19th century. Then, as well as in the next 20th century, everything here was quite the same. Shops, cafes, restaurants were located all along the way, but the architecture was very different from what you see now. Architectural ensemble, which now forms the basis of our main street, is called Stalin's Empire style and appeared here after the Nazi occupation in the late 1940s. Another interesting detail about Khreshchatyk, it's one of the shortest main streets in the world, only 1.3 kilometers long. And let me show you what is hiding at the end of it. Ta-da! By the end of every tour, of course, we have little time for shopping. So I brought you to famous Bessarabka market. The first covered market appeared here in Kiev about 100 years ago, which is still working, by the way, 24/7. So if you're looking for some Ukrainian delicacies, that's the right place to get them. Dear friends, I'm standing here between 2 beautiful blooming chestnut trees. By the way, if you don't know yet, chestnut tree is the symbol of Kiev. So I'm standing here between 2 of them, making a wish that soon we will meet here in Kiev and you'll be able to join our one-day tour around the city. And please do not forget to subscribe to our JC Travel Ukraine YouTube channel to follow our updates. See you soon. Bye-bye.